Yeah, they're actually they're specially modified trucks. They're huge lorries, and they do high speeds. In fact, they've injured so many people that the organization has now limited them to 140 kilometers an hour.
Really? And
Yeah,
these would be the big tractors that we're talking about.
Yeah, you have to go on the website to look at a picture of them. They have
I've seen it.
Cab overs, most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're huge.
Now listen. Tell us what happened with the British team, because I understand there was a pretty serious accident with them.
Oh yeah, this has been a terrible day for me because I've had nothing but bad news. First off, this morning, it happened just behind us actually. There's a team in called Racing for. I can't even. I'm total brain fade here. It's getting late. Racing for the Cure, I think, is what they call themselves, and they're raising money for. What do they call that?
It's Race to. Oh gosh, it's just.
I think.
Out of my mind too.
Is this the one that they're racing for the soldiers that have been injured in Afghanistan and so on?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and I always know the name until this very second.
Of course.
So I'm on a British team, so we were all quite close. I got quite close to these guys, in that we saw them every day and we talked to them at breakfast, and their support crew was driving yesterday or 2 days ago,
yes.
And 10 kilometers before the border of Chile, was involved in a terrible car accident, and 3 of their crew members are in critical condition.
Oh my God!
2 local people were killed. 4 local people are in critical condition. And what happened is they ran head-on into a taxi, and a taxi falling directly behind couldn't avoid the accident as well.
Smokes.
So it was a horrible, horrible accident. And it's so sad because these guys, I mean, overall it's sad that so many people were hurt. But in addition to that, they were raising money for soldiers that have been injured in the war, and they had soldiers who were amputees in each of their race vehicles as navigators.
Yes.
And it's such a great cause because, the soldiers on both our countries, Canada, the UK, and in the U.S., they do such good things for us, and it's time that people do wake up to it, that they need help. And to have these guys racing for and raising money for them it's just so sad that this happened to them.
What's the current update?
Last I heard, they're still in critical condition, still in the hospital. They've had to withdraw their trucks because of the support, the lack of support now. So, but what I get is limited because the ASO, the organization, doesn't release information.
What can you tell me? Who picks up the tab for these people while they're in hospital down there?
Well, we have first-hand experience in who.
Oh, something just happened to his line. I don't know.
Don?
We're sorry. Your call did not go.
Okay, we'll get him back. We'll try to get him back again. Let me just give his phone number to Jillian. Jillian, call Don on this particular line right here and see if we can get him up. Maybe his battery died. I don't know. Let me ask you a question, Natalie, though, about this whole issue now. This this man puts himself into harm's way because he enjoys the adrenaline rush. Has he always approached life like that?
He has. And so that's why when he made that comment that he's too old for this, that pretty much devastated me because he does not approach life that way. He's never too old for anything.
How do the kids feel about it?
Well, I think they're pretty nervous when he goes, but I think they always believe in their dad, and they think, he's a good rider, he's a cautious rider,
yes.
and they believe that he can do the rally, and it's just, he's had an unfortunate series of events in the Dakar rallies. He's finished other rallies, so I think the kids, I think they believe their dad's going to do it.
Well, it's an interesting time for anybody, but when you get into something like that and you get into a foreign country and you're going through all of that kind of stuff, boy, I'll tell you, this is a tough race. When you were down there with him on one of the races, tell me the kind of things that you saw that were red flags to you.
Well, first off, the food is atrocious.
Yes.
So you're picking your way through the food to get enough nutrients, and these guys are spending 12, 14, 16 hours out in the desert without enough water.
He's back, by the way. He's hearing you now.
Back?
Yeah, he's back.
So that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
And then you don't have each day you're coming in, you're exhausted, you've got to do your road book. It's a cumulative effect. So at day 5 and 6, these guys are really, really dead on their feet.
Really getting washed out.
I think that's why you've seen the accidents happen today and yesterday. It's because it's just a cumulative effect of, not enough food, not enough water, so much of a drain on your body, and then these support teams, they're actually working until 3 a.m. in the night to fix the bikes, and then they're up at 6 a.m. and then they're on the road, and they're doing the same kind of day that the riders are doing. A little bit of an easier route, but the same time factor.
So it's exhaustion and bad food and a whole bunch of stuff. Tell me about the food, Don. What's the story?
Okay, before I go into that, the name of the team is Race to Recovery.
Race to Recovery, right? Okay.
Yeah, the food at the bivouac it put me out of the race. Well, it didn't put me out, but it definitely crippled my race in 2007. I was badly food poisoned.
Yeah.
So this time our team brought Army rations, and we actually were living on Army rations. And the problem is that you don't get to eat a lot during the day.
No.
You grab some, like the start time, the last 3 days of the rally, the start time has been 4:30 a.m. So you try to weigh what's more important, food or sleep, because you don't get in until 7 o'clock at night, and they have a mandatory briefing at 8:30 at night. So by the time that's finished at 9, and then you do your road book, you're getting like 2 or 3 hours sleep.
What?
So you really start.
What do you get at the end of the race? If let's say you won, what's the payoff?
You get a trophy.
You get a trophy. And who picks up all the costs for your motorcycle?
Natalie.
Sponsors do. For me, I don't, because I'm not that good. So I haven't got to the finish, so they don't sponsor me. We have a few minor sponsors, but the pros, the top guys, the top 20 guys, the guys that will win it.
Yeah.
They have endorsement money that they'll get. And I think this thing that the public really needs to know, and it's so important, there is a huge gap between the top 50 guys and the rest of us. So for instance, when my bike broke in the desert, I was replacing the clutch. Now, the rules of the rally are that another competitor can help you, but no one else. So what all the top factory teams do is they enter all of their support crews as competitors. So you'll see a shot where Honda's rider, Johnny Campbell's leaning against his bike with his boots off, relaxing when his bike broke. That's because he knows there's a whole truck coming up behind him. It's really a mobile machine shop with mechanics, parts, and everything. They're going to repair his bike on the course for him and send him on his way again. If he gets stuck, they'll come along with the truck and pull him out. The privateers, guys like me, we don't have that. So we're on our own, 100%.
Right. All right, listen, you've got, the two of you, you got 2 minutes here to say hello to each other. Are the kids in the house right now, Natalie?
No, our oldest son is in Chile with Dawn.
Okay, good.
He just flew out. Myself and our oldest daughter are flying out on Saturday. Our other son is probably listening in Courtney.
Okay,
good.
And
our other daughter's in the UK. So I'm gonna see Dawn in a couple of days. And I would just like to say, everybody, look at our website. We're still following our good friend Simon Pavey and our fellow Canadian Patrick Buley. So please cheer them on and think good thoughts for them, because by now it's a grueling rally for them.
No kidding, it's a grueling rally. Listen, I want to thank the two of you for spending time. Don, take care of yourself, pal. I understand the burning desire to continue with kind of stuff like this, but when you and Natalie get back together, you have a nice long conversation, okay? Let her.
Over divorce papers.
And I'd just like to reinforce what Natalie says. Everyone's thoughts have got to be with Patrick Boulay right now.
Absolutely.
Our two riders. Patrick, our Canadian rider, he's a good rider, and he's still in there, and we're really proud of him. So, and thanks to everybody on Vancouver Island for all of your support. It's been so incredible. It's almost overwhelmed me with the number of emails and support letters we've received. So thank you so
amazing
much.
Support. It's rallyraidcanada.com if you want to check out footage and the French TV video of Don stuck in the desert.
All right, stuck in the desert with Don. Boy, there you go. So, Natalie, any